Hello, my name is Joe Curro, and I would like to thank the Arlington studios for this opportunity to speak with you. I'm running for school committee because I would really like to refocus our debate on ways that we can secure our children's educational future and also to stabilize our fiscal situation. I'm personally very invested in our schools. I have one daughter who is a first grader at the Stratton Elementary School, and I have another daughter who will be entering kindergarten next year. I'm a homeowner, I'm a town meeting member, and I'm the immediate past chair of the Sims Neighborhood Advisory Committee, as well as the Arlington Human Rights Commission. You know, a lot of candidates talk about ways that they bring people together, but I would like to cite a few examples from my own experience. Recently, with the Sims redevelopment, actually over the last few years, I advocated very strongly on behalf of my neighbors to ensure that the development would be a reasonable scale for the surrounding area. But at the same time, I also worked very closely with town officials on traffic mitigation measures and to push forward the conservation goals for the project. Last year, when a number of public officials received hate mail, I spearheaded an initiative to bring together over 1,400 Arlington residents, business leaders, school and municipal officials, as well as many, many clergy on a community statement of concern that was published as a full-page ad in the Arlington Advocate. And I drafted a resolution that was adopted by both the Human Rights Commission and the Board of Selectmen, which reconstituted the No Place for Hate program as a local initiative. This was in response to concerns by the Arlington Armenian community, as well as a number of other residents, about policy positions of the national sponsor. And most recently, I negotiated a settlement between private property owners and Keyspan Energy to allow a gas main to be run through a private way. This project will allow the Stratton Elementary School to convert its heating system to a more energy efficient one, and also allows the removal of a failing oil tank that poses an environmental threat. My priorities as a school committee member will include continued support for the reading intervention program, which benefits all of our kids at the earliest age and holds great promise for helping us to obviate the need for expensive remediation for some of our more struggling children. I will continue to advocate for physical improvements at the Thompson and Stratton schools and for safety upgrades in the areas around all of our schools. I also believe that the schools cannot be an island and that we need to expand the transgenerational compact. I want us to invite senior citizens into our classrooms to share of their time and talent. And I would like to encourage our high school students to use some of their community service hours in support of the senior community in return. Most importantly, though, I know that we have to take on the budget. I want us to start this April working on next year's budget so that bad decisions do not become worse decisions as a result of delay. And I know that we need to start talking within the schools and with the town about the next 5-year plan. And lastly, we need to lobby Beacon Hill. I believe I bring a comparative advantage here. For 3 years, I worked as a legislative aide in the Massachusetts Senate. I know a lot of the people and a lot of the ways of Beacon Hill, and I believe that I can be an effective voice for Arlington there as well. Now, a lot of my supporters have pointed out the difficulty of having 3 people named Joe in this race, and they have said, go for Joe with the O, and they're referring to the O at the end of my last name. I like to say that the O stands for open eyes, open mind, and open heart. I approach this race with open eyes because I fully recognize the gravity of the fiscal situation that we face and the strife of the last year and a half. I approach it with an open mind because I am pledged to making all of my decisions based on the best available information, and I'm ready to revisit those decisions if new information should become available. And I approach it with an open heart because I really start this race motivated by a love for our kids and for Arlington. And I think that if you are not motivated by love for our kids, you really have no business running for school committee. And so I respectfully ask for one of your 3 votes for school committee on April 5th, and I thank you very much for watching.